Get ready for the countdown. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, it's time for the VooDoo Chef Podcast, where we will discuss all things voodoo from the VooDoo Studios located right here in beautiful Tampa, Florida. So to all my booties out there, if you're looking for nothing but a good time, this is the place to be. Call your friends, knock on the neighbor's door, and let them know it's time to party like a rock star for the next hour. Join me and my guests and learn to voodoo like we do as we discuss our faves and the voodoo that we use. I'll put our guests on the spot as we ask for their top 3, and make sure and listen as we discuss some of our favorite war stories from the kitchens we've worked in. Sit back, grab a tall glass of your favorite libation, and enjoy this episode of the VooDoo Chef Podcast.
What's going on, Booties? Another episode of the VooDoo Chef Podcast. I know Big Eddie C and I took a week off. We needed a vacation. Nothing posted. We took a week off, is what it is. That's how we roll. A lot of updates, a lot of things going on. Big Eddie C, how you been? I see you got some libations today.
Yeah, it looks like orange juice, but it's beer. It's called Inner Path to Outer Space by Magnanimous Brewing, right around the corner from us, local place. Just opened up on Florida Avenue, just north of 275. And might not be your thing, but let me tell you, there's nothing like a nice hazy IPA that looks and tastes a lot like OJ.
Dude, it looks really good. It looks thick, but, you know, beer's not my gimmick. But what is my gimmick is supporting local. So we got to get out there and support all our local breweries, restaurants, all that stuff. Get micro brews. Make sure you hit them up.
Now more than ever.
Absolutely. And you know what? We're going to stay off all the COVID shit today. We talked enough about that. But, you know, you got to get out and support. There's some states that are starting to climb, and we're reducing the number of capacity in some states. And Eddie C, I got to do it, man. My love for our industry, I have to do it. You know, I don't want to get on here and preach politics, but everybody out there looking at that $15 an hour, you know, don't do it. You're going to crush our industry. You're going to crush it. You know, New York City, they might be able to support a $15 an hour wage, but, you know, like some of my buddies say, and I'm not going to call them out, you know, Florida, they're not going to be able to support a $15 an hour cook. It's just not going to happen. And at the end of the day, everybody out there, if you pass a $15 an hour increase and we get that minimum wage to that, just so you know, if you didn't already, it's pretty simple. All those costs, all those dollars are going to be passed right back onto the consumer. You know, if you don't want to eat someplace that isn't paying $15 an hour to their cooks, don't eat there. Don't eat there, but don't push that through. It's going to just destroy our industry. It's going to hurt us really bad. You're going to see a lot of places go out of business. A lot of my friends are going to, we're going to suffer. We're going to suffer. And I'm going to get off that horse right now, Big Eddie C. I got yelled at today, man. So my buddies, the Thomases, they came by the VooDoo Chef Hangout, and they must have heard me say, I'm running low, or maybe they didn't hear anything at all. Dude, they brought me like, you know, what is this, 1.5? I don't know. I call it the big-ass bottle.
That is a big-ass bottle.
But the girl said, you know, you got to take it easy. The check liver light's going to come on anytime now. Take it easy. You need to drink some water. Eddie C, I'm drinking water tonight.
You are?
Yeah, I am. Mexican water. Tonight's podcast powered by A13 Tequila. Thank you to my good buddies Daryl and Art. I am drinking the Reposado. It's my favorite of the 813 brand, and I'm making Marie happy. I'm drinking a little water tonight. It just happens to come from Mexico. There you go.
You got ice in there, right? That counts.
That's how I drink. That's my mixer.
Okay.
Ice and lime. But hey, let's blow through these upcoming days, man.
What's going on, man?
We got a lot of events. This Friday, I'm actually live in Orlando, heading all the way to Orlando. I'm going to be on the Kitchen Killers Friday night live stream. You don't know who the Kitchen Killers are. They're a live acoustic duo that takes over kitchens. They're doing some events for us. And I said, hey, if you ever need anything, hit me up. They hit me up. Their chef canceled for Friday night. I am driving all the way. I don't fucking know where I'm driving to, someplace in Orlando. And if I don't make it back, just remember the Killers. I'm a little nervous. Driving all the way over there. We're going to be on the live stream Friday night. We're going to be cooking up some really cool stuff on their live stream, talking, chatting with the Killers, listening to some cool tunes, and just hanging out. Make sure you check it out. Go on Facebook, Kitchen Killers. That's Killaz, because they're cool like that. Cool. Billy and the Commodore do some awesome music too. Make sure and check it out. Saturday, the fucking one of my favorite days of the year. Happy Halloween. I take the day off. I actually use a mixer that day. With every Halloween, I have tequila and orange juice because it's got to be orange. It's Halloween. And orange juice just fucks me up. That's why I don't normally drink it, but I love that mixture. It's amazing.
Wow.
You on trick-or-treating, Ed?
No, we are on we're on COVID trick-or-treat that day.
You got the big PVC pipe? You're going to slide it down through?
No. Turning off all the lights at like 5 o'clock, all of that shit, and just hiding in the back and, just hanging out with Gina and avoiding it. I don't know how many we'll get anyway.
None. You're turning your lights out.
Well, yeah, like our street is kind of short, so like one house is vacant and the other 2, 3, 4, whatever. I don't know.
I could be a squatter in South Tampa.
You'd stick out though. I don't know. People might call 911.
Marie wanted me to get a PVC and do the shuttle thing, but it like costs $10. I'm like, screw that. We'll just throw the fucking candy at the kids.
Yeah, why not? They won't care.
No, I
think the high school behind me, plant. I think they usually do something where they have the football players there at the field and kids can come and get candy from them. It's kind of a nice thing to do. It's safe for the community and all that.
COVID.
So, yeah,
COVID.
But 4-year-olds don't get that shit. They, something I heard was like adults are up here and they're down here, so it doesn't get to. I don't know, some crazy shit like that. But whatever. I think kids should have a.
I hear if you drink a lot of water, you become immune. Well, or you don't care, one or the other.
Alcohol gets anything out of your system that's bad. I had a cold coming on one time, and I went to a place now long gone on Fletcher and 15th called the Brow House, and I drank about 3 or 4 liter mugs of German beer and ate some bratwurst and shit. And I'm telling you, by the time I left there, the cold was gone.
Amazing.
I believe in the power of alcohol. Yes.
Amazing. All right, let's wrap up these. The power of alcohol cures everything. Yes. Don't drink, kids. November 7th, VooDoo Chef Charity Golf Tournament sponsored by First Watch. Big Eddie C. Sold out.
That's what I was looking for.
Dishes are done, dude. If you want to be part of the golf tournament, you're going to have to call me personally. Google me. You'll find my phone number online. I will find a space for you, but you're not going to be able to register online anymore. Just letting you know. November 13th, big day, VooDoo Chef Takeover. I'm taking over Xochitl. You'll see some of the food that we're going to be cooking on Xochitl on Friday night's podcast with Kitchen Killers. So if you want to know what I'm cooking, check it out. I'm going to be testing it out Friday night with the Killers, and it's going to be awesome. And our last event for the year, November 20th, that is our gin bottle pickup. If you're not aware, we have our own barrel select gin with Dark Door Spirits. It is a new American oak barrel. We age it for 2.5 months. I say we, Dark Door does it. But I picked out my own barrel, and they're donating a portion of every bottle sold to the VooDoo Chef Foundation. Log on, order your bottle today, pick it up on the 20th. We're going to have a huge party down at Dark Door on November 20th. and gin bottle pickup. That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
So, Big Eddie C, we're talking about all these events, and Friday the 13th is one of my favorite days of the year. And everybody says, "What do you mean one of your favorite days?" Well, some days we get one, some days we get a magnitude. I'm going to bet there's some years we get none.
There's always at least one, I think.
You think? I don't know.
Every year's got at least one Friday 13th.
Well, I hunt them out because, I love those days. And this year, we're actually going down to a Mexican restaurant called Xochitl down in the Pearl Apartments, down by the Armature Works, down in the Heights area of Tampa. Kind of a up-and-coming neighborhood. Really, really cool things happening down there. And we're taking over. We're doing a 4-course tasting. We're pairing with the VooDoo Chef Barrel Select Gin from Dark Door. We're pairing with 813 Tequila, who's sponsoring this podcast tonight. Thank you, Daryl. Thank you, Art. Keeping me drinking water. Keep my wife happy. And we're pairing with Woodford Reserve. Oh, Woodford, right? Just bow down, right? And of course, the main course is being served with the go-to Jack on the Rocks with lime. So you can find the menu online, get your tickets. It will sell out. It always does. Going to be a great night, great fun. I'll be hanging out, walking around, jumping in and out of the kitchen. But come on down, and it's an amazing day. And we have the owner of Xochitl with us tonight. So let's get Jacqueline in here and find out how Xochitl came about and what's going on. Jacqueline, what is going on?
Nothing. Another day at the office, Erik.
Hey, I don't know if you knew this, but tonight we're drinking water on the podcast.
Yeah, that's water.
I'm drinking Mexican water. Tonight's podcast is powered by 813 Tequila, and I'm going to bet that there's 813 Blanco in that drink right there.
That's exactly what it is.
And I'm drinking 813 Reposado. I drink mine straight. But I got to tell you, Eddie C, and Jacqueline, I apologize. I didn't even finish your introduction and all the big hoopla because, you held up that margarita. Eddie C, we all know I'm a Jack drinker. We all know I'm a tequila drinker, and I drink on the rocks with just a lime. I go the other day to Xochitl, and Jacqueline says, you've never even had my food. You've never even had the margarita. I'm like, okay, let's do it. And, you think I would get some food first, right? No. Bring margaritas. And I'm going to tell you, I was a little embarrassed. I tasted it, and I did the polite thing. I did one of these, right? Oh, my God, that's good. That's good. And, when it's bullshit, and it's just being polite, the macaroni soggy, the peas are mushed, and the chicken tastes like wood, and you're just being polite, right? But then Jacqueline starts talking to somebody else, and I pick up my straw, and the next thing I know, I'm slurping my fucking margarita because it was that fucking good. Jacqueline just kind of looks up from her talk with the other person and goes, do you want another one? I was like, oh, sorry. So, Jacqueline, it's Jacqueline Rivas. You are the owner of Xochitl. You were slated to open in March, but fucking COVID happened. Lo and behold, you never really had your grand opening. COVID happens. We end up doing soft openings, and now you're full swing. You just opened for lunch, and lo and behold, on Friday the 13th, we've got VooDoo Chef Takeover. I'm thinking that might be grand opening because we're going to blow it up. So how are you tonight?
Fabulous. Living the dream.
That's all we do. Tell us about Xochitl, and I always say chill, but it's Xochitl. Tell us about Xochitl, how it came about, what made you want to jump into the restaurant business, and all the social media handles, because that's really important.
Okay, so we actually opened March 9th, and we closed March 17th, right when COVID hit. And I was like, I'm right across the street from Armature Works, and I'm part of that whole development. And so I was going to handcuff until they closed, and then they closed. And then I was like, okay, I guess we got to close those too. At that time, I had 35 employees, so we had to lay everybody off, just kind of wait it out. And you're right, I never really had a grand opening. I had a friends and family that went fantastically, but we never really got to get the name, the concept, and my food out to the community. So as soon as we were able to open, we did. It was right before Cinco de Mayo, and that was fantastic. We had a great response. We kind of trimmed our menu a little bit in response to COVID and did some pivoting just like everybody else did. And I've gotten a tremendous response from that. The reason why I wanted to open up a restaurant was because I love cooking. Passionate about it. I enjoy it. My food is good, so I'm told, and I believe it. I believe this to be true. And I just wanted to introduce my cooking, my family's cooking, my grandmother's recipes to the community, because sometimes we mistake, there's no yellow cheese in Mexican food. That just does not exist. People don't know that. You don't dunk your quesadilla in ranch dressing, but I have something better for you to dunk it in.
You know, I came in and you know, we have a lot of mutual friends, and I actually met your significant other, man, a year before I even met you, maybe even more.
Yes.
And we never connected the dots, and one of my former students worked there. We still never connected the dots. And I don't know what finally drove you and I to get together. But, you know, you walk into place.
I stalked you on Instagram.
So we finally connect. And, you know, we talk to a lot of people. And you know, you hear somebody going into the restaurant business, I want to share my family recipes. You hear it one too many times. And not that we expect to walk in and food to suck, but you know, you walk in and it's like, okay, what am I walking into now? And you and I we've been communicating for maybe 6, almost 8 weeks now.
Yeah.
And it was just this week you looked at me and go, you still have not tried my food. And it's nothing personal. I mean, I don't know. So I said, all right, let's eat some food. Holy shit, your fucking charros beans?
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God. So your charros beans are so good. I said, I'm going to put these on one of my dishes that I'm making for takeover. I bring them home. I call my wife over. I'm like, baby, you got to taste this. She tastes the beans and she's like, oh Lord, those are good. My daughter goes, what? I want to taste them. She comes over. I give her a taste. She's like, Papi, where are these from? And I'm like, Xochitl. And she goes, oh my God. And I put them in the refrigerator and I say, you guys can't touch them. I need them for recipes. My daughter wakes me up at 11 o'clock at night. Papi, can I please eat some of these? And I'm like, yeah, no, you cannot. You cannot. I got to tell you. And then that day also, you know, we did some tasting in the back. I don't remember what we tasted. When you weren't looking, I tasted your green sauce, your Mexican gravy, your pico. You know, it's fresh. And you know, you think, how can you mess up? How can someone not make a good pico? Well, they suck. That's how.
Yeah.
But your pico is fresh. It's vibrant. Every bite sings in your mouth, and your chips are fresh. And then, you know, I'm walking out and I'm like, where the fuck Jack go? And I'm like, all right, I got to leave. I got to get out of here. And I'm walking out. I walk in the back of the kitchen, still don't see you. I say goodbye to the chefs and I'm leaving. And there you are. And I'm like, excuse me. Oh, I said, hey, I got to dip out. I'm like, what are you doing? You're like, I'm making the refried beans. You're up there mashing the beans to make refried beans. We're not processing them. We're not adding water to a packet. We're making refried beans, scratch, and mashing them down. And I got to give it to you. You're doing Mexican, and you're doing it right. Thank you for that, because it is one of my favorite cuisines.
Thank you. The frijoles borrachos, also known as frijoles charros, it's a very common, you can call them either way. It's the same thing. It's my grandma's recipe. And I wanted the food on the menu to kind of invoke a memory. And for me, it did that. I actually had someone here today that is from Bosnia. So they had our elotes, which is a street corn. And we put like an aioli mayo. It's got a little bit of lime and some tajin, which is that kind of spicy lemony powder. And so we roast them, and we sent the couple out for this couple that ordered them, and the waitress came back and said that's exactly what they taste like in Bosnia. So in
Oh
a
my
million
God.
years that I think Mexican Bosnia never made the connection, but good food is good food, and when you make something that's good and from your heart, that resonates regardless of where you're from, and so that's the connection that I wanted everyone to experience. And something as simple as pico, that is sometimes overlooked, or humble refried beans, which by the way are vegan, that are also overlooked. It's important.
But you talk about the memories, and you wanted to share your memories of that food with people, and that's what food's about. I mean, that's what we do. We gather, we eat, we enjoy each other's company, and the memories are what makes it stick. I still remember going to a restaurant over here, I don't know, down in Palm Harbor or somewhere over there, alternate 19, called Fast Eddie's as a kid. And it's not really about the food. It's about everybody around the table sharing in laughter and joy, and just enjoying each other's company over a nice dinner. And that's what it's about. And I think we find that in every culture, everywhere. And to be able to get to share your food, that's an amazing thing. And especially when it's good. Jack's got good food.
That's a plus.
And just so you know, I shorten everybody's name, so except Ed's. Ed's is short, so I make it longer, Big Eddie C. So when I refer to you as Jack, it's not an insult.
Not at all. That's what everybody, I prefer Jack over Jackie. I hate that. I like Jack.
Well, tell us, give me all your social media contacts, because we got to get that out there before we forget.
So our main platform is our Instagram. So you'll see updates, and anytime that we develop a new recipe, it's there. Anytime that we have an event, it's on our Instagram, and that's Xochitl, spelled Xochitl, like right behind me.
Yep.
_ Tampa. Instagram is like probably one of the best ways to get a hold of me or one of my social media liaisons. We also have Facebook that's by the same name, Xochitl Tampa. And that's pretty much all that we use right now.
So where does the name come from?
Xochitl actually means flower in Aztec.
In Aztec.
And it's actually a very common name for a woman in central Mexico, and also in parts of like Guatemala.
We had a server one night, her name was Xochitl, and we're like, she comes up to the table, says, "My name's Xochitl." We're like, what? What? And I thought it was just, being a school teacher, we saw all kinds of whacked out stuff, right, Eddie C? I'm thinking, your name's Social, and you spell it like that?
Yeah. So it is a very common name, but the whole I wanted the name to resonate. Number one, Mexican culture, and number two, I wanted the name to be unique here in America and kind of introduce something that isn't a normal name, or something that you would expect, like the name of a city or something like that. In Mexico, there are lots of restaurants that are called that, which is fine, but I wanted this to be something different. And I also wanted to kind of hone in that feminine energy, that maternal kind of energy that my grandmother shared with me. And it kind of goes back to all the passion and love and femininity and nurturing that I like to make it translate in the food that we make. So it's all, and let me tell you, my branding people initially, when I came up with this concept over 2 years ago, they were like, "You got to change the name. Nobody is going to know how to say it. It's a horrible name. You're making a big mistake. You got to change it. We've done this for a long time." And I thought about it for a little bit, and I was like, no, this is the name. So little by little, things kind of started falling into place that made me realize that was the right decision to make. And so we actually have a mural dedicated to Xochitl because she's also the Aztec goddess of flower, femininity, love, music, and all things feminine, like kind of like the patron goddess of pregnant women, so maternity, so all things that kind of evoke that feminine energy. So,
I see it on your website. It's a great girl. God,
she's beautiful. And my friend Daniel out of St. Pete, his tagline is R5 Imaging on Instagram. And I found him.
Always selling.
Oh my gosh. He's amazing. And he just does the most beautiful renditions. And so this is his rendition of the Aztec goddess Xochitl.
Oh, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. And it's right there in the main part of the restaurant. And it's huge. I mean, you know, when we were doing some filming the other day and you looked up at me and go, damn, you're tall. And I'm dwarfed by the mural. I mean, it's huge. Tell us, you know, my favorite part of your restaurant, you know, not only do you sell Woodford, but you got a huge tequila bar.
Huge.
Tell us about all the, what's the one on the top shelf you were trying to get me to taste? Somebody fancies tequila. Michael Jordan's tequila. I mean, you've got everything in there. Most importantly, you've got 813 tequila. So
listen,
tell us about
go-to tequila. Every time I meet somebody, and you can see it on my social media posts, I'm like, you gotta try this tequila.
Same thing, you know, we call it's called 813 tequila. You know, it is from Mexico. It is tequila. It's not, you know, a microbrew or anything from here. But their branding is about the city, and they wanted to bring the city the best tequila. And I remember I was sitting doing a tasting with them, and, you know, we were just meeting to talk, and all of a sudden, you know, there's no shame. We met in a Panera. They got Wi-Fi, they got coffee. And so we're in there meeting, and all of a sudden, you know, the representative from 813 starts bringing the bottles up on the table.
Awesome.
And no, I'm like a Pavlovian dog sitting there looking at these bottles, just going, all right, dude, what's next? You better break out some glasses. And he says, I didn't bring any glasses. I'm like, that's all right. I walked up to the counter and I said, I need about 6 portion cups.
Yeah.
So I got some little dresses, some souffle cups, and we're sitting in fucking Panera drinking tequila. And, you know, of course we mix with the Blanco, but my favorite is the Reposado. I like
the other day you like the Repo.
I like it better than the Añejo, and I don't know why. It's a little smoother. It's not as hot. It's just really, really good. And I'm going to tell you, since that day, I've been sipping on it. I mean, I got my bottles of Jack everywhere, but I find myself just kind of sipping a little Repo every now and again.
You're going to be nice and ready for Drag Queen Bingo tomorrow then.
Yeah, we record this in advance. It won't drop until after Drag Queen, but we are doing Drag Queen Bingo at the Xochitl tomorrow. Yesterday, whenever you're watching this. But you know, I love your love of your culture, and you're a Texas girl, but your family, you know, is Mexican. And I think that's even more cool. And you're a Tampa girl, and you're supporting all things Tampa. You're supporting the VooDoo Chef, the VooDoo Chef Foundation. You're supporting 813. You want to get back to your community. We're talking about crew life, you and I, and how we can try and get you involved in that. And that just speaks volumes about what you're trying to do for the Tampa community here. And that's what I'm all about too. And that's why I'm so happy to partner with you.
Thank you.
All right, let's talk about November 13th. How do we sign up? And I say we, I'm cooking. I'm working with your chefs that night. Amazing chefs, by the way. Amazing chefs. I'm working with them. We're doing the food. I'm going to come around and say hello to everybody. How do we sign up to get into that event?
So if you go to Eventbrite, and for those of you who don't know, Eventbrite is a website that sells tickets to events. And so if you go to Eventbrite and you can search it in Google, and then once you get to the actual Eventbrite page, they have a little search button, and then you can just put either VooDoo Chef or XOCHITL, and the event will come up.
And you know what? I'll have it on my website too. I'll put it on VooDooChef.com and set a direct link up. So if you want to get over there, book your seats. I got to tell you guys, What time's the event?
6 o'clock.
6 o'clock. 6 until 10?
Yep, 6 till 9-ish, and our kit, we actually close at 10, but whatever, man. It's VooDoo time, so.
Well, VooDoo time is
You're
ish
taking over,
time.
I don't know.
Just so you know, VooDoo time is ish time. Everything is ish. 6-ish. I mean, Eddie C will tell you. Unless he's the DD. When he's the DD, he's like, dude, we got to go. And I'm like, yes, sir, let's go.
Time to go.
Blame it on me.
All right, I got good news and I got bad news, Jacqueline.
What is it?
The great news is I'm a huge fan of yours. I'm a huge fan of your restaurant. Your food is amazing. I'm glad I finally sat down and took a moment and ate your food. I hope you feel the same way about my food. I know you say you like the seasoning, so hopefully we're going to knock your socks off. And I'm very appreciative that we're coming in and doing the takeover. And if we didn't say it already, a portion of the proceeds go directly to the VooDoo Chef Foundation, helping us support the community through food and education. That's all we're about, guys. To learn more, log on to VooDooChef.com, find out all about it. In 2021, we are committed to $100,000 in scholarship. We're not going to be able to do it without you guys, so please log in, help us out. Come to Xochitl, come to Drag Queen Bingo, even though you already fucking missed it. Come to buy a bottle of gin, come to the gin bottle. You're going to be at the gin party too, right, on November 20th?
Yes.
I think you're doing a little one-bite tasting that night.
I am, and then I'm also going to be at the golf tournament.
And you're going to be at the golf tournament too. Holy bejesus. Hey, at the golf tournament, I think you're going to be hanging out with our good friends from 813 Tequila who are sponsoring the podcast tonight.
I am. We're going to have one biters there too to kind of keep the golfers fed and hydrated.
All right, I'm so excited. I'm gonna give you. I'm getting blown up by the trivia competitors. I'm gonna give you a little sneak peek here, if I can find it. I showed it to Big Eddie C here. All right, little sneak peek here. Here's a little picture of one of the dishes here. So
wow.
You can pause this and check this out if you want. But that is one of your dishes. That's an espresso rubbed beef tostada with a little bit of yummy goodness on top. So to learn more, log on to VooDooChef.com, go to Eventbrite, look up Xochitl, look up the VooDoo Chef, I don't know, whoever they call me, and make sure you find it. Sign up, book today, help us support the community through food and education, and man, we got to check out Xochitl. That was all the good news. Now for the bad news. I don't know if I told you, every week we do this little thing that we love to call pointless pop culture trivia. So look at Iowa Farmers Association coming into the game. Chef Carl Miller into the game for pointless pop culture trivia. Silver and Smoke.
I'm eating.
Let us introduce you to our friend Jacqueline, the owner of Xochitl, Cocina, Mexicana. Ooh, look, it's got the Iowa State shirt on today, IFA.
Oh, wow.
Sorry, man.
Hey, new rules tonight. Carl looks like he got the message. I got yelled at. I got a little talking to. I came home with a gift.
Oh, wow.
I came home with a gift from a friend. And, the girl said, you need to take it easy. You need to drink more water.
Yeah.
So tonight we are powered by Mexican water, 813 Tequila. We're drinking a little Mexican water tonight instead of Jack Daniels. And it's time for a little pointless pop culture trivia. All right. Jacqueline, just so you know, the rules are simple. You must have a drink. And there is no cheating. Big Eddie C is in charge of all things pointless pop culture trivia. I will read the question. If you think you know the answer, you simply yell out your name. Your name. Big Eddie C will then call on whomever he hears first. Did you like that English there? Eddie C, did you like that? That was for you. He will call out whomever he hears first. And you will then have the chance to get the question right or wrong. If you get it wrong, we will then go back and call on whoever calls in next, whatever the fuck. All right. As a reminder, the winner of tonight's Pointless Pop Culture Trivia, powered tonight by 813 Tequila, will not only win weekly bragging rights, but they will also win the right to have their name entered into a drawing where they may be selected the winner of a prize that may be named at a later date. If you are ready. Question number 1. What animated television show takes place in the undersea town of Bikini Bottom?
Jacqueline.
Jack. Jack.
SquarePants.
SpongeBob SquarePants is correct. Takes a quick lead, 1-0.
Wow. Better step it up, guys.
Question number 2. In humans, what is the most common eye color worldwide?
Carl.
Carl.
Brown.
It is
Brown it is. Brown it is. IFA.
What?
Recently, I don't know, 16 or 17 hurricanes decided to take out their hate on New Orleans, and then somehow they made their way up to you.
Yeah.
I see another one coming. Is there any prediction that it's going to get up to you again? Have you heard anything?
I think it's going as far as St. Louis.
Well, nothing against St. Louis, but I hope it dies out before it gets to you, because you guys took a pretty bad beating last time, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Well, that was our own hurricane called Derecho.
I don't know him.
Yeah, that was a gigantic windstorm that went west to east through Iowa, and it was like sustained 100-mile-an-hour winds.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Straight line winds. That was August 10. We're still fixing cars for damage from that day. It's almost November.
Wow.
You told me about that. When you said 100-mile-an-hour straight line winds, I don't know if you've ever been to Iowa.
No.
Yeah, it's flat.
It's flat.
Flat.
It's
Flat. Nothing. Flat.
No mountains?
No, dude.
Mountains? That's Colorado.
All
There
right.
are no mountains in Iowa. It's flat.
Say hi to Dorian, fellas.
Dorian, what's going on, partner?
Hey, Dorian.
He's bringing me more margs.
Dorian, I'll have a margarita with a sugar rim, partner. All right. Cool. Speaking of Dorian, question number 3. Meghan Markle went from actress to duchess when she married what royal?
Jacqueline.
Jacqueline.
The ginger Prince Harry.
I thought she was going to say the ginger Bill Workman, our professional educator and pop culture guru.
Oh.
You are correct. Big Eddie C, I think it's time for a scoring update so I could drink.
Right now, Jack's got 2 and Carl's got 1.
And I've got none.
IFA, you're sliding behind. I think this one may be in your wheelhouse.
It's only 7:45 his time. He'll buzz in soon.
What Iowan? No, I'm kidding. What Las Vegas hotel features Cleopatra's Barge, Augustus Tower, and the Coliseum Theater?
Carl.
Jacqueline.
Jack, raise your hand.
Ooh, that one hurt. That one hurt. What was it?
Which one was it, Jacqueline? It is Caesar's Palace, yes.
That one hurt. We'll watch the tape, Sam. We'll watch the tape.
Oh, Jesus. Don't bring up Sam. Carl already beat his ass like he owed him money. He hadn't showed his face since.
True statement. Absolutely true statement. Question number 5. In a 5G cellular network, what does the letter G stand for?
Carl.
Gigabyte?
Gigabyte is incorrect. The correct answer is generation. Generation. And again, I feel like Alex Trebek because I have the answers. And because I have the answers, I'm the smartest guy on the planet.
Yeah.
Question number 6. Based on an acting role, what U.S. president was named the Gipper?
IFA.
Iowa.
Ronald Reagan.
And you are on the board.
Yes.
Let's win this one for the Gipper.
All right. Minute for the Gipper.
You only know that because of Letty. Question number 7. What's the official currency of Italy?
Jacqueline,
Tell us, Jacqueline.
in Europe, it's the euro.
It is the euro. You are correct.
Well played.
Oh.
Carl, just well played. Carl, your drink isn't water tonight, is it? Hey, Carl, while Ed tallies up the scores, I got to throw you a big shout out, man. Those bacon wrapped, candied bacon wrapped jalapenos
What?
with the dirty bacon crumble and the blackberry jam compote. Holy Jesus. That was the most yummy one bite ever, man. I can't look at Jacqueline's like, oh, I can't thank you enough for coming out at the Booty Food Fight, doing what you do. Tell everybody how they can get a hold of Silver and Smoke and try that themselves.
Right now, I sent a bunch of invites out today. Facebook page, Silver and Smoke 11. Want to say I sent you one, good sir.
I will check.
And Instagram, Silver and Smoke 11. And then we're not up for sale just quite yet, but I wanted to get the word out there with menu items and pictures. And so Silver and Smoke 11 on Facebook and Instagram. So
IFA wants to know if you'll deliver to Ames.
Oh, man, that's a little outside that 10-mile range.
Little bit? There'll be a slight upcharge.
Yeah.
Dried ice.
All right, Eddie C., give us a scoring update before we move on to question number 8 of the 682 questions we have tonight.
Jacqueline has 4, Carl and IFA have 1.
And here we go. Question number 8. What NBA team won 3 titles in 4 years, thanks largely to Steph Curry?
IFA.
Oh,
Golden State Warriors.
Golden State Warriors is correct. Carl takes second place. Question number 9. What Z word is the popular What Z word is a popular Latin-inspired dance workout?
Jacqueline,
Jacqueline.
you can't do that. This guy wants to play.
Tell him to send me his email address. Is that Chef?
No, it's James.
Tell James to send me his email address. We'll get him on the list.
I'll tell
He
him.
can play every week. IFA's here every week.
He would love that shit.
Silver and Smoke's here every week. The drinks are here every week.
Thanks for here. He would love that. He's sending it now.
What was the answer?
It's Zumba.
It is Zumba. You are correct.
And I
Eddie
think
C.
all the boys on the panel partake in Zumba. Yes?
FA and I used to Zumba every day. If you mean go to the Bucks games and drink a lot of beer.
Yeah.
Question number 10. According to the acronym, someone who suffers from FOMO has a fear of what?
Jacqueline,
Jacqueline.
missing out.
Yes.
Fear of missing out.
Ruthless.
She is just a beast.
Yeah.
But it's okay. We've got 896 questions left.
Come back coming. Come back.
You'll catch
Come back. So you're saying there's a chance.
I get smarter the more I drink, by the way, gentlemen.
You must be a genius
let me
because
try
that's
that.
number 20, not that I'm counting.
got going on with that thing.
Eddie C., I don't know. Question number 11.
Ugh.
Named for her ages when she wrote them, What singer's studio albums are titled 19, 21, and 25?
Jacqueline.
Jacqueline.
Adele.
That
Yeah.
would be Adele. And I know you're lying because your lips are moving. Question number 12. What Netflix docuseries follows a big cat zoo run by the colorful Joe Exotic?
Jacqueline.
Tiger King.
Oh my God.
Jacqueline, this leads me to Eddie C. Give me the score real quick.
This is a landslide.
Jacqueline's
Yeah.
got 8. Carl's got 2. IFA has 1.
Jacqueline, this leads me to 2 questions. Are you running a restaurant or sitting at home doing absolutely nothing?
Rocking.
And in comes James.
No. See, you're asking her questions about things that she watches all night long when we get home. So I'll go to bed and she's up watching TV and she learns all this stuff from that.
First of all, I am Team Joe Exotic. The guy got a bad rap.
She says that until Carol Baskin shows up at a restaurant. Then she's like, oh my God, come on in.
Hey, Carol, I love you, mean it.
We don't
Yeah,
have a
not me. All right, question number.
Don't mess with a woman that turned her husband into flautas, man. You know.
Yeah.
Flauta. Wait a minute, Carol Baskin put her fucking husband in the crab traps out there.
Oh, shit. Oh,
Wait. Allegedly. I learned that from the Dom. All right. Question number 13. Shoemaker Christian Louis Vuitton trademarked what color shoe sole for his stilettos?
Jacqueline,
yes.
you boys can buy me a pair of these for Christmas after this ass whooping you're getting.
Oh!
The color would be red, gentlemen.
Hey, Jacqueline, just so you know, I'm related to IFA. If he says you're not invited back, you know.
You know, it was great.
I don't know how to play dumb. I'm trying my hardest here.
She knew what you were talking about because you pronounced it Louis Vuitton. It's Louboutin.
Is that, what is it?
You pronounced it Louis Vuitton. Oh, my goodness.
Hey, how do you say it right?
Louboutin.
Wait, I don't speak Italian.
I think he's French.
Wait.
I don't speak French either, so there you go.
Oui.
I'll never forget. I told Anthony one time, hey, we're out of croissants. And he looks at me and goes, it's fucking croissant. Can't you speak fucking English? And I go, isn't that French? Shut the fuck up. All right, question number 14. Key or Peele? Who won the Oscar for writing Get Out? It's a fucking 50-50 shot, guys.
Peel.
You are correct, Jordan Peele.
Wow.
All right, girl.
That brings you one step. Again, doesn't matter.
Yeah, no. Get some respect.
And you see, what is the score?
Commercial break for this big ass burrito. This is only
Oh,
half of
go ahead, take a bite. Go ahead, take a bite. All right, question number 15. In 2018, a Falcon Heavy rocket launched what brand of electric car into outer space?
Jacqueline?
You guys,
Tesla?
I tried a Tesla. I tried to get her with her mouth full of burritos, so you guys had a shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The multitask.
Do you see her sizing you up?
But Erik, you didn't even ask him like a dude question.
A what question?
A dude question.
Dude, question. Oh,
A
man.
dude question.
Speaking, I live in a world of pronouns. I have to be pronoun correct there, Jacqueline.
No,
Touche. Cheers.
Not really. All right. Question number 16. What Tennessee brand of whiskey has old number 7 written on its label?
Jacqueline.
Carl.
Jack,
Jack Daniels. The official
Yes,
sponsor of the VooDoo Golf
It
Tournament.
does.
the official sponsor of the Video Chef Golf Tournament.
What'd you say?
The official sponsor of the VooDoo Golf Tournament.
Yes.
Wait, the unofficial sponsor
Oh, my
of the
bad.
VooDoo Chef.
Oops.
I think it would be VooDoo Chef powered by old number 7.
Alter.
And for everybody out there, if you have not checked out the podcast on the Reel with Jack Daniels, You know, Darren Balch just does an amazing job talking about the history of Jack Daniels pre-Prohibition. And we're going to have a part 2 where he talks about the history of Jack Daniels, the brand, because we're talking about Jack Daniels, the man. He's a real dude. He's not some made-up fictitious character. He's not Mickey Mouse. He's not any of the others made-up shit. What's another made-up character? SpongeBob, Jim Beam, you know, any of these other people. It just kind of slipped, sorry. He was a real dude, and it's really cool to learn about the history of Jack Daniels pre-Prohibition, and then we'll learn about Jack Daniels, the brand, post-Prohibition in part 2. But really, really great podcast. I've listened to it myself a couple times because it's good. First time I sat around drinking Jack Daniels and eating frozen M&M peanuts, M&M peanut M&Ms. They go so good together. Question number 17. What U.S. president appears on the penny?
Carl.
Jacqueline.
Carl.
Abe Lincoln.
Abe Lincoln. Eddie C., real quick score update.
Jacqueline's got 10. Carl's got 5. IFA has 1.
Carl, you have a chance to tie.
No.
Playing for respect.
Here we go.
I didn't chime in fast enough.
Question number 18. What is the 2-word English translation for the Spanish word gracias?
Jacqueline.
Jacqueline, if you didn't get this, we're going to just have to, like.
Can't be friends.
Jacqueline.
Thank you.
It is thank you.
Dang.
Guys, I hate to say she's going to get this one, too. Only because she's so quick. I mean, what fish shares its name with the hairstyle that is known as business in the front and party in the back?
Carl.
Ooh,
Carl.
The mullet.
it is the mullet.
How do you know?
Did you have a mullet?
Ironically enough, the mullet is what the first restaurant I ever worked at is named after. The Mullet Inn.
Wow.
Lasted a whole 2 weeks. Really didn't even work there. Just hung out for a couple weeks. Went through training, quit. All right. Question number 20. We do have a tiebreaker tonight, but it doesn't look like we're going to get to it. IFA, you and I have talked about this before.
Okay.
At what restaurant chain can you wash down your cheesy gordita crunch with a Mountain Dew Baja Blast?
Jacqueline.
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 Oh my goodness.
Just eats
The answer is not Xochitl. Although if you had a cheesy gordita crunch, I might be there every night.
Oh.
Only if it's 99 cents.
No.
And it comes with a Mountain Dew Baja Blast that I can bring home and add my 813 tequila to. IFA, what did you tell me a Baja Blast was? It's like Gatorade and Mountain Dew?
No, it's
Blue Powerade and
it's
Mountain Dew.
Mountain Dew mixed with blue raspberry Gatorade, yeah. Or Powerade, yeah.
The blue. All right, for grins and giggles, let's do the tiebreaker here. Even though we have a clear-cut winner, let's go ahead and
It's
give
a
her a
9-point
right.
tiebreaker, right?
What's the score, Big Eddie C?
Jacqueline has 12. Carl has 6. IFA has 1.
So it's
All right,
a
so
12-point tiebreaker.
We will make this a 12-point tiebreaker, although we will go ahead and give Jacqueline her rights as the winner of tonight's Pointless Pop Culture Trivia, powered by 813 Tequila. Not only will you have the weekly bragging rights, but your name will also be entered into a drawing where you may be selected to win a prize that may or may not be named at a later date. Number 12, or number whatever, the tiebreaker. According to Bible lore, how many of each animal did Moses take on the ark with him? Ooh. Big Eddie C.
Jacqueline came in first.
Jacqueline, you are incorrect. What? Carl.
Dos.
Dose, you are incorrect.
IFA.
IFA.
Moses didn't get on the ark.
Moses did not get on the ark at all. It was Noah thank you for listening. Guys, it's been a great night. Thank you so much for joining us for Pointless Pop Culture Trivia. Until next week, guys, thanks for checking out the VooDoo Chef podcast.
Hold me there. Wow.
And there you have it, Booties, another episode of the VooDoo Chef podcast. Let's give a big shout out to everyone involved with VooDoo Chef and all things VooDoo, starting with Woostoff Knives, the official knife of the VooDoo Chef. And jamming up and down the streets of all Ybor City and Tampa Bay, Ragged Old Souls. Thanks for letting me jam with you guys. And when those amps are cranking, the turntables are definitely spinning thanks to the official DJ of the VooDoo Chef, DJ Don Pablo. Check him out spinning all across town, most importantly, at all VooDoo Chef events. Speaking of events, getting ready for yours? Check out VooDoo Chef Catering, custom created events for every shape and size. Log on to VooDooChefCatering.com to get your information today. A great big shout out to all my Voodies that are in the VooDoo crew. Thank you for your support. And of course, we could not do what we do in the crew without all of our crew sponsors. First Watch, Chef Shane Shibley, thank you for believing in our mission. And of course, we can't forget VooDoo Mortgage. For all your mortgage needs, check them out at VooDooMortgage.com. Alessi Bakery, a Tampa staple. Drop in and check them out today. And our newest sponsor, Twisted South Food Truck. Chef Adam Jessup, thank you for what you do. And of course, all things VooDoo are in support of the VooDoo Chef Foundation, providing culinary scholarship and feeding those in need. To find out more information or make a donation yourself, log on to VooDooChefFoundation.com today.
Telling you big